Thragg vs Hancock, who would win? You've seen gods fall. You've seen armies crumble. You've seen entire civilizations reduced to ash by beings that were never meant to exist alongside humanity. But what happens when two of the most physically dominant, biologically superior, and psychologically complex powerhouses in fiction collide in a no-rules, no-mercy fight? On one side, Thragg, the Grand Regent of the Viltrumite Empire. A warrior forged through centuries of genocide, evolution, and absolute supremacy. On the other, Hancock. A reckless, godlike being with limitless power, zero patience, and an origin so ancient even he barely understands it. Both are nearly indestructible. Both can level cities with a single strike. But only one walks away. Let's find out who. Before we throw a single punch, we need to understand what we're dealing with, because both of these characters operate on a level most people completely underestimate. Let's start with Thragg. Thragg isn't just powerful, he's the result of thousands of years of brutal evolution. The Viltrumite Empire didn't just conquer worlds, they perfected themselves. Weakness was eliminated. The sick, the slow, the imperfect, all wiped out. Over generations, only the strongest survived. And at the end of that ruthless process, came Thragg. He wasn't chosen by politics. He was chosen by biology. The strongest Viltrumite alive. Stronger than Omni-Man. Stronger than Invincible. Stronger than any warrior the Empire ever produced. And that's not hype, that's canon. Thragg's physical power is on another level. He can strike with force capable of devastating planets. He has fought multiple Viltrumites at once, and dominated. He survives deep space combat without effort. No oxygen. No limits. No fear. And then there's his healing. His body regenerates at a speed that makes most superhuman healing look irrelevant. Damage that would kill others is repaired almost instantly. He isn't just hard to kill. At full power, Thragg is nearly impossible to put down without overwhelming force, and even then, it comes at a massive cost. But here's what truly makes him dangerous, he's not just a brute. Thragg is a strategist. A war veteran with thousands of years of experience. He has fought across galaxies. Led armies. Adapted mid-battle against unknown threats. He doesn't panic. He doesn't hesitate. He studies his opponent, and then he ends them. Now let's talk about Hancock. Because Hancock is one of the most underestimated characters in modern superhero cinema. At first glance, he looks like a sloppy, reckless anti-hero. But when you actually analyze him, Hancock is terrifying. He's not human. He's something older. Something built differently. An immortal being with no real aging process, no natural lifespan, and power that hasn't even been fully explored. His feats already push into insane territory. He catches a whale mid-air and throws it back into the ocean. He stops a speeding train with his body, without flinching. He tanks bullets, explosions, and heavy impacts like they mean nothing. And when he flies, he creates sonic booms. That's not effort. That's casual. But here's the key detail most people miss, Hancock is almost always holding back. Throughout most of his story, he's operating at a fraction of his true potential. He's distracted. Emotionally damaged. Disconnected. But when he actually locks in, he becomes something else entirely. His regeneration is equally impressive. He survives point-blank gunshots to the eye. Walks away from massive impacts. His body repairs itself at a level far beyond normal biology. And mentally, he's endured thousands of years, memory loss, isolation, and rejection, and still keeps going. That kind of psychological endurance matters. Because in a real fight, the mind breaks before the body does. Now this is where things get interesting. Because on paper, this fight looks close. Both have overwhelming strength. Both have extreme durability. Both can fly, regenerate, and keep fighting through insane damage. So what actually decides this battle? The first factor, combat skill. And this is where Thragg takes a clear lead. Hancock fights on instinct. He hits hard. He improvises. And in his world, that's enough. But Thragg? Thragg is precision. Every movement is calculated. Every strike has purpose. He knows timing, distance, and pressure better than almost anyone in fiction. When power is equal, technique decides everything. The second factor, mindset. Hancock still has humanity. He cares. He hesitates. He thinks about consequences. Thragg doesn't. Thragg is pure purpose. No mercy. No hesitation. No emotional limits. When he fights, it's to kill. And that difference matters. Now imagine the fight. A ruined battlefield. Silent. Empty. Hancock lands first, focused, ready. Then suddenly, impact. Thragg hits him like a meteor. No warning. No words. Just violence. The ground collapses beneath them. And Hancock gets back up. He swings back and connects. The shockwave levels everything around them. Thragg slides back and smiles. Now this is a real fight. What follows is chaos. Blow for blow. Shockwave after shockwave. Hancock fights hard, and he holds his own. But Thragg adapts. Faster. Smarter. More precise. Every exchange, he learns. Every mistake, he punishes. Then it happens. One moment. One mistake. Hancock hesitates. Just for a second. And that's all Thragg needs. He unleashes everything. Full power. No restraint. Relentless, calculated destruction. And from that point on, the fight shifts. Hancock keeps getting up. But Thragg never lets him recover. Pressure. Precision. Brutality. Again. And again. And again. Until finally, Hancock can't keep up. And that's the truth of this fight. Hancock is incredibly powerful. Stronger than most people realize. More durable than almost anyone in his world. But Thragg exists on a different level of combat. Better technique. Greater experience. Unmatched killing efficiency. So the final verdict is clear. Thragg is stronger. Thragg is more dangerous. And in a full, no-holds-barred fight, Thragg wins. The Grand Regent stands victorious. And the last thing his opponent ever sees is why he was never meant to lose. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.